Okay, welcome back to the Boonhae Hosinsul of Dan-Gun. This is the third part, and we're on the double outer forearm block, which is almost halfway through your pattern. And the way we're going to do this is you at home or in your dojo, you want to make sure you're practicing both sides. Because it's a collar grab, one reverse either side, and the opposite hand is attacking you. So the person's pulling you in and punching you. It can even be versus a headbutt. Highly unlikely you're going to see a headbutt coming, but it is possible if you either are already in a defensive position or you're able to see it and hold your head back before doing it. Okay? So in Dan-Gun, when you spin after your last punch, third punch, you turn and you're using your double outer forearm block on this side. Now, from this position, you relax your body, extend, and come through with high punch. Okay, we're going to be looking at the double outer forearm block, the extension, and the follow through. Okay, so like I said, this is based on a collar grab on one side. It could be a shirt, jacket, coat, a button-up, something like that, a zipper, hoodie, whatever you want to do. When you're practicing this, the main thing is to figure out which side the person that you prefer first. This person prefers first, because you want to practice that side first. You practice both sides, but start with your preferred side first. Okay? So, grabbing the collar and aggressive slightly pull because you're pulling them into the punch. Okay? Just like that, reactive. First movement is I'm pulling her in, needs to be reactive. As I pull, I'm swinging to the head. Okay? No one's going like this. Punches, little punches this way. There's no motion. It's going to be full on pulling in punches this way. Okay? So from here, this. Okay? Now even if I step in from this point and I feel like I need to get more hit, I'm going into the motion this way. It makes no real difference for me. If I move in or I stay still, I just try to pull her and hit this way. Okay? So from this position, okay, can you move a little bit? The hand movement is basically the same shape as that. Come back. Go to the side. Palm, palm. Okay? So I'm trying to hook her to the face. Maybe even relax. Maybe it's even like a mean person who's picking on, let's say, doesn't really matter who, it could be anybody, and goes to slap the person in the face. Okay? A simple grab and slap, or just to grab the hair, something like that to hit you, whichever one it is. Okay? So, as I go through on this side, okay, for this motion, it doesn't matter if your hands are open, like in yoke, or your hands are closed. Go to preference, okay? It's the shape that matters, not necessarily the open or closed hand, okay? So, the next position, stay. The next position here is the extension of this arm, grabbing either the shoulder or flowing through to the outside, okay, the extended hand, okay? Now, when you're doing this motion, it's up to you whether you want to grab, okay? You want to hug the throat this way. You want to just, you can grab the head as well, or you can wrap around the body from this position. You go under, and you hug the body this way. That's all on you. Because the punch is high, we're going to extend past the head, okay? This opposite hand is going to wrap underneath, creating a grip, okay? You're hugging the hand on this side. Now fully extend, and then we're going to do a basic walk through, it's a basic sweep, and Taekwon-Do on this side. You have the defense, and then counter attack here, okay? The extension of hand is already extended first. I know in Dan-Gun usually you relax, extend, and here. The extension of that point, is this hand. I don't know why I changed sides. This hand is wrapping through, okay? Hugging the arm. This one can stay here until I'm ready to take down. See, that's what I want. I want the body to shift as I go forward. Shift as I go forward. Okay? So, first motion. Grabbing collar. Hands should already be up. you shouldn't have your hands down, okay? She's relaxed, obviously, but if it's actual self-defense, your hands should be nowhere around your lower half of your body. Hands should always be somewhere within solar plexus range to move fast to where you need to defend, okay? So, here, grabbing the collar, obviously she's in some form of defense mode, and it's more of like a mercy, like a mercy type thing, okay? This guy doesn't care. He goes through, swings, and defends on the opposite side, okay? Now, easily enough, follow through, starts moving, okay? Swim through, and take down. Okay, so now we're gonna do some in fast motion. Okay, so to make it clear, you're defending off of this position first. However, if it becomes too late for you to extend and you become afraid of the situation, let's say I didn't get to extend my hand in time, okay? So I have this cross, okay? This isn't going to stop my flow too much, okay? Especially if it's a shirt. Especially if it's a shirt. This lifts, right? So I can move this. It may not come off, but I can move this enough. It's loose, okay? Go ahead, go. This cover here, the motion is still the same, okay? I'm covering my head. Here's a simple one. Some jiu-jitsu training, one of the ways that I make sure that I can go on the inside is when someone throws a hook, I'm burying myself in to cover up and hug, okay? One of the motion is moving in this way. Now if you take that same concept of the rhino or the spear and you minimize it to a reflex, right? And I minimize it to a reflex, bomb, and I cover myself. Now I have the same adapted motion, on the takedown, okay? So, you can pick out which one you prefer. You react, okay? So I don't ever want to react like this, right? Okay. And I try and pull both hands up. And so it's a common thing. I know it seems funny, but right? Like this, right? I put my hands out straight, or I try to cover myself like this. Now this isn't too bad because I can still react. But there's ways around my head. My hands are connected, they're not as stable. My hands are separated at a distance, right? She can flow through and hit me either square on the orbital or temple or jaw or wherever, okay? So, not my favorite, but in reaction, right? So when she grabs, one of the safest things somebody can do is cover up. Right, relax. Is cover up themselves this way. Now all you do is minimize that and then turn towards the position with your hands. And we have the setup that we already know from Dan-Gun. Wonyo. Okay? Yoko. Okay, you have all these cross positions that if you just adapt them to their closer position, same thing. Same thing. So, you have the first one. Okay, here, I react, I cut, I spear through, and then I take that. Okay? And then here's the second one. All you do is now, oh no, cover yourself. Same cross position, and then react the same way, over the top. And then you have basic Dan-Gun. 1, 2. Okay? So, work on that. Try to do both sides. It's important that you do both sides. Not so much because of the footwork, okay? A lot of people get fixated on the stance and why you're doing the stance. Again, ITF Taekwondo has no real bunkai, okay? Has no real Boonhae, not really. It's been left to us to figure it out for ourselves, okay? So the stance, it even says, I believe it says this in the book, patterns are meant for exercise and development of muscles, technique, and balance. Okay, that is what it's for. But if you only train for that, you can do plyometrics, you can do basic workouts, you can do strength training, you can do way different stuff to make yourself better at that than just doing patterns, repetitive patterns, and being corrected on the repetitive patterns. Okay, so have a different reason for doing your pattern, always. Okay, competition, obviously bettering yourself, belt promotion, and my main reason is for finding self-defense applications. Every time I either learn a new pattern or teach a new pattern or go over an old pattern, I try to visualize something self-defense worthy, at least. Okay? It's become a good solid part of this school, which I've grown to appreciate over the years more and more. So thank you for joining us on this part, and then we will be back with whichever part I decide to do in Dan-Gun. Okay? Thank you. Bye.